Listen up. America, prepare for trouble. See, God has sent down the ginger man to the White House. Because listen carefully now. America is in trouble. And God is going to wipe this nation from this face of this earth. So I was under no illusion when former President Barack Obama, and when they had him on CNN, they said, well, what do you think about this man? Well, he's very talented. See, he don't have a dialogue like Jesse Jackson and Al Sharpton. So what do you think of this man? Well, I was under no illusion that he would change black agenda, black lives. But every hour of the day, there's a white policeman dressed up in a black and white uniform, patrolling the streets. And you know where's 100 of them, brothers? I've been saying they've been here to slaughter us. You know, you think that bash represent the line of his duty. So whenever there's 100 of them going to the area of the car, you see one helpless victim. And he goes after that one helpless victim. Haven't they committed this genocide? See, FBI detective, they're all here, brothers. But you see the gruesomeness, the savage acts that's committed right between their eyes. So I was under no illusion today that black life will be changed. So you see, God brought the ginger man to this White House. Because listen carefully now. America has to pay for their sins she has committed. The genocide of the native people, the transatlantic slaves that brought us here. You see the lynching, the brutality, the killing of us without any thought of justice. Now, do you think that God is pleased? You see, the system, my brothers and sisters, is owned by white supremacy in the political, educational, spiritual, cultural, the economic, legal. You see, wherever you want to see, white supremacy is ruling. So don't get it twisted. You see, the Honorable Elijah Muhammad says 4 great judgment are coming against America. Rain, hail, snow, earthquakes, and many other related plagues. And see, you looking now at hurricane season. See, last year, you seen Helena. So, brothers and sisters, at tons, millions of tons of water is going to drop on America. So you have to know what's happening, because it's coming. Where most of you may live. And see, no one is going to escape God's judgment. And you see, I represent Jesus, the Pope. Poor fella. He says that he's a member of Jesus. Oh Lord. He got to clean his house. You know, America got to clean her house. Or just let us go. Now, let's go. America, prepare for trouble. You see, the great dreadful days of the Lord has now come to America. The land and people who worship evil, robbery, murder, rape, famine, deceits are the orders of the days in America. If there is anything like a God of righteousness, if there is anything like a God of truth, now, should not he raise himself up and take his place and put an end to such evil as now going on in America? You see, people cannot walk the streets of America today without subjecting themselves to robbery and rape. America is a wicked land. Everyone is against the other. Righteousness, justice, freedom, and despised is fought against regardless to the clear knowledge of God's hourly punishment and destruction of America by his divine pledge of storms, But this is as it is written of America in the book of this revelation. In the Bible, they continue their evil ways and did blasphemy to God who has power over these pleasures. They hate the name of Allah, the Great. They hate the name of his messengers. But nevertheless, that does not stop the judgment and destruction of America. Look at the wicked devil in Alabama. They are against us while we are trying to be at peace with them. You see, we have done nothing to them. They are against us just because the idea that we are Muslims, black people. The white man have his way of ruling the black people for so long, and he thinks that he still has the power to do so. While in reality, the white men have come to the end of his time of power to rule the black people. Regardless to Allah God retaliation to the white man for his evil act done to the black man, the white man still keeps inviting the retaliation of Allah and God. See, the white man must remember that he cannot win today over Allah God in his service, for he has power. The judgment of America. The judgment have come to you, America, whom to you who seeks to fight against Allah God and against his aim and purpose. Whom to you, America, Allah God has made you blind to his judgment, and therefore you are committing suicide. He has made you blind on purpose to give you the full dose of his wrath. When a man does not know the danger of fire, then he can fall headlong into it. America has mistreated the black man for 400 years. She does not think that there is ever a God who accepts her black slave. We turn on her head the injustice done to the black slave. This is the day and time in which America can benefit from what Allah God have revealed to me, and from the work that I'm doing amongst my black people, turning them from doing evil into righteousness, as it is written in the Bible. See, Babylon could have been healed, and there was a possible chance for healing if she had not gone to the extreme of making fun of the God of the Jews and their temple in Jerusalem, and belittling the power of the God of the Jews to retaliate. The Bible prophesies of the pledges that will come upon America, and these pledges are falling on America now, and yet she will not repent, for America continue to kill and deprive the black one slave of righteousness and justice. Even though the black slave wants to go for America, she wants to hold on to him, and America does not want to let her black slave go. See, America holds the black slave for a prey, whom to America her days has arrived. She will not heed the warning. I beg her to let us be separated from her on a little territory, and a state to ourselves, to let us be responsible for our own survival, only to get out from under her injustice. But she refused. So it was with Pharaoh in the time of Moses. God went down to Egypt to make Israel and their enemies, the Egyptian, an example for a future people, so that this may serve as a sign for what we see going on in America today. The four great judgments that Allah God promised to destroy America, which are coming upon her: hail, storm, rain, droughts, earthquakes. Allah has reserved his treasure of snow and ice to be used against this wicked country, America, in the days of battle and war. These are some of Allah God's weapons, the storms that we see going on. The white man of America is not blind and ignorant. He had known these prophecies of his doom for a long time before we knew it. For the white man translates the Bible, and he knows what he puts in his translation of that which was written in the Bible. The judgment of America, all love and respect of the wicked has gone from them. They do not love each other, nor respect each other. They have pulled off their clothes and disgraced themselves. This is also a pledge. You see, some of the white people rehearsing the cage days of their fathers, and they are not ashamed to do so. They come out with long, straggly hair as their fathers did in the days of their cage. This is Allah God forcing a white man to bear him witness that they really wants the caveman. Yet, a few foolish, unlearned black people follow the white man. It is a shame to pull off their clothes and grow hair down their backs and over their face by misleading the black man to fall in the ways of the white man cage days. So the white man again telling the world how he had deceived the black man. He's now making this black man manifest that he is too weak to seek his own. For nearly 40 years, I have been preaching to the black man in America that we should accept our own. Instead of this black man going to the decent side of his own, he goes back seeking transitional Africa and the way they did in the jungle life and the way you see in uncivilized parts of Africa today. See, they are not using barber tools, sneers, or razors to keep themselves looking dignified as a civilized people should look. The black man in America accept this jungle life, thinking that they would get the love of black Africa. See, black brothers and black sisters wearing savage dress and hairstyles will not get you the love of Africa. The dignified people of Africa are neither Muslims or educated Christians. But Africa today does not want Christianity. Do not think that you would get a home in Africa after this war if you are a Christian. To get a home in Africa after the war, you will have to be a Muslim. See, this judgment of America, she is made manifest. As it is written in the Bible, we see Revelation. She is a cage of every unclean and hateful bird. Every unclean and hateful human being. America, America, your days have come for evil done to your black slave. America, you cannot repay that evil with another evil of trying to tempt this black slave by offering them your white woman. That does not help you in this day, but it does condemn you as being a double crosser. That you even offer your black one slave, your girls and women, to do with them as they please, if they will just follow you. The judgment of America. See, Babylon could have been healed, but she is not healed. See, America is just beginning to experience sorrows, mourning, grief, distrust, and anger of God and man. According to the Bible, we see the Holy Quran, the Bible, there will be plenty more of the same. These two books, one can easily find everything foretold that is happening today. The time will go so terrible, son, that according to the Holy Quran, we see children will become grave-headed. And according to the Bible, we see great heart failures will become a disease upon the people who have the anger of God, the American people. The fourth beast in the Revelation of John in the Bible, in which Daniel described as a very dreadful, well-armed beast who were working on that of death upon the weak, refers to America. She had no respect for the poor, the unfortunate. Daniel's description of it read between the teeth of the beast is in the reference to this ill treatment, subjection. You see, ruthless behavior by the devil to our people. This America lappens the poor with heavy sentences, long prison terms, and refuse to let the prisoners go free. You see, this is why Trump is putting these terrorists in the black community, putting them on the iPhones. That's because of what's going on in that Middle East. Her trades is all cut off. No one wants to deal with her. In a single days, single year, all her trades is cut off. All her delicious and delicate things that she wants to have, it's all cut off. See, this is due today to her heartlessness and lack of compassion for the black man of America. This beast, white man lies and waits around the black man homes and prowls the streets at night and wait for an excuse to wreak his ruthlessness on his prey, the black man. See, if the black man raised a hand to protect and defend himself, he is shot dead and unable to defend himself against false charges. They continue to treat us bad. See, they don't care about our loyalty. In their hearts, there is death for us against this black man of America. See, they seek police officers to get us killed. See, they don't care about your loyalty today. In their hearts, there's death against this black man of America. See, this beast keeps our people in sorrows and unhappiness by depriving them of equal opportunity. See, this black man rates are calculated by white wicked accountants, preventing the so-called Negro from saving by skyrocketing and the views of the poor, the prices of the necessary of life. This white beast persecute, imprison, and kill those who preach freedom and justice for the poor, so-called Negro. The white man does not want the so-called Negro to leave America, but she will not divide the spoil of America, the country which she had taken by force of arm and killing its owners, the Indians, with them. See, this beast set up evil to be allies as a god. He discussed good for evil, and she covered the earth with filth, making it fascinating, so that man will bow down and worship evil for good. She set brothers against brothers for a joy, and then she kills both of them, whom to America. See, the murderers and deceivers of the people. God of justice and truth have pronounced a judgment against you, and by no means will you escape. You have made mockery of him, God, and his people, and his words, the truth. You have been judged and found wanting to the so-called American, the lost and now found members of the black nation of the earth. Come unite with Allah and me. Go to your own. You don't have to go anywhere if you only will unite with your own. Heaven awaits you wherever you may be. America surrounded with the judgment of Allah. The four great judgment that Almighty Allah God is bringing upon America are rain, hail, snow, and earthquakes. We see them now covering all sides of America as the Holy Quran prophesies, curtaining her on all her sides. And this judgment will push the people into the center of the country. And they'll realize there's a lot of God who is bringing them and their country to a nothing. Now, Ezekiel 26:18, you might say, what do he means by he was sending the country? Well, I want to say this to you. FEMA don't have a preparedness for this hurricane season. That means, brothers and sisters, if you are in the coastal land, this will be a terrifying event. Because in Ezekiel 26:18 says the coastal lands will be destroyed. And people will be so terrified Because they've never seen anything like this before. See, the days have come, and every eye will see. So God will push the people into the center of the country, and they will realize that it's God who is bringing their country to a nothing. You see, Job in the Bible prophesied it, that God has the snow and ice to use as his weapons in the days of war, in battle against the wicked. We hear and read in the newspapers today of how great hill like mountains of snow are pushing down from the north. Not only in the northern states, we see Minnesota, North and South Dakota, and Montana. And now the snow is in the New England states, and they are declared to be disaster areas. The announcer of disaster of the snow in the New England states says that there had never been such great quantity of snow, all up and down the coast to the Carolinas. The rain takes up, or the snow leaves off, all around the southern borders of America. Storms are raging. See, there are tornadoes and heavy rain and more storms, my brothers and sisters, on the way. You see, one right after another. In the north and far east and the west, America is surrounded with the judgment of Allah. There are earthquakes, and the seas is raging. See, the Pacific Ocean is now angry and is raging and tossing up great waves as never before. Jesus prophesied that man's heart will be filling in fear. See how true the prophecy Jesus says in Luke 21, 25, and 26. The seas and ocean will rise into a perplexity that man will never seen before. Now, why should these things hit America today? See, the Revelation teach you why. Because it's America is filled with devils, and as such, unclean person living in America. See, that is true under hateful birds. You see, every filthy, shameless, wicked person comes here for a haven where he can do any wickedness he wants to do. And the country is open and welcome that type of person. As we see, the few little Muslims who name Muslim means those who have submitted to the will of Allah, God. Our enemy hates us and seek to do all evil he possibly can against us by falsehood. See, these are not the days of Noah, Lot, Abraham, nor are these the days of Moses. You see, these are new times. See, the enemy does not get away in punishing the righteous just because he hates them. Allah, the God of righteousness, is with us. He just laughed at those who tried to fight against him. He had destroyed a whole nation with less than the power of rain, hail, snow, and earthquakes. The Holy Quran has a record of people even being destroyed. See, Psalms chapter 2, verse 4, he will sit in heaven, and he shall laugh. He'll have you in humiliation. See, Allah, God does not have to have something great. He does not have to go to work and get a block arm or a mountain and throw it on you. See, he used that which is with you against you. Through the force of nature are great weapons as we see them and play upon America. Storm after storms of snow and ice are whirling in from the north and are pushing great drift that are just covering up everything. What can you do with a guy like that? See, Job prophesies that Allah God has his ice and his weapons store up to use in his day of battle and war with the wicked. See, just take some snow and cover them up. The Holy Quran says that Allah God destroyed people with just cold wind. He froze them. Do you think that you can get away with fighting Allah God? See, no wonder the second song says that he will sit in heaven and laugh at those who are trying to fight against him. He'll have you crazy. It is true. The heads of the Christian world are confused, and they do not know that they are confused because the great desire was to confuse us. Now, Allah God has taken confusion out of us and put it into them. See, eat, America, help yourselves to the desert that you have prepared for us. See, you eat it. See, all praise are due to Allah, God, came in a person of Master Fard Muhammad, to whom praise are due forever. See, we went to Alabama and to any states that we go to, we paid a high price per acre of land that our father's labor has already brought for us. Now he wants to kill us if we act humble and peaceful and want to buy back some of our own labor. I laugh at some of these things that I'm hearing coming out of Alabama, and not only in Alabama, but in every state in your union. See, they do not know the time in which they are living. Allah God is well able to take the country from you and give it to whom he pleases. It is in your Bible. Read it for yourself. He took the kingdom from the wicked and gave it to whom he pleases, those who will bring people into righteousness. America is surrounded with the judgment of Allah. 4 great judgments of rain, hail, snow, and earthquakes, and the confusion in the head of states. The 4 great judgments of America. To be pledged with too much rain will destroy property and lives. It swells the rivers and creeks. Too much rain floods cities and towns. Large bodies of water at the ocean shore line will be made to swell, with unusually high waves dumping billions of tons of water over the now seashore line. Rain destroy properties and kill cattle by drowning them in lowland. See, rain destroy the hiding places of victorious beasts and reptiles, bringing them out, fighting small towns and people homes and farms. Rain weakens and destroy railroads, you see, truck lines, beds, and bridges. Rain undermines foundation all types of buildings. Rain makes the atmosphere too heavy with moisture, causing sickness. Wind with rain can bring destruction to towns and cities, bringing germs, causing sickness to the people. Produce unclean water by the swelling stream and destroying a pure drinking water used for the health of the people. Rain is destructive. Army with itself. Hailstorms also a property and life destroyer. Snow is of the most dreaded pledge when it comes in great drift from 5 to 35 feet. It buries your property and lives. It destroys your highways and your cities and your gravel towns and cities. It put a burden of expense upon the city. See, it put a burden of expense upon the cities to repair it. You see, the cage in or roofs of homes, the cutting off of homes, the cutting off of transportations, isolation areas, bring about the starvation and communication destroyed with the icing of the communication wires. Snow look pretty because of its clean look, you see. Almost everything of nature is beautiful, but it can be turned into death and destruction against man. Snow is prophesied to be one of the weapons that God will use against the wicked America. Job 38, 22 and 23. Hell also is mentioned in the same 2 verses, where God plainly tells us that he had preserved it against the time of trouble, against the days of battle and war. Holy Quran also teach us that God used snow, rain, wind, hail, earthquakes, fire against former wicked people. Is America any better than the people we read about in the history that God destroys? No, she is not as good. These people was not as wicked as the American people. Earthquakes can destroy towns and cities instantly. America is in the grip of divine judgment. America is in a position towards her one slave, so-called nigger, as Pharaoh was with Israel as his slave. She's in this position because an injustice done, an American so-called Negro slave brought to America for 400 years ago and refused to let them go free. They only said that you are free, knowing within that you are not able to leave them without anything. But the injustice continued to increase. Now they plan death. So this God was predicted by the prophet to come to the defense of his people, the so-called Negro, in the last days after they served enemies for 400 years. The Bible declared to Abraham in Genesis that God would judge the people to whom his people, Abraham, would be in bondage. This does not mean Israel. This means the present black people, the members of the black nation, who have and are fulfilling the prophecy. God and the person of Master Fard Muhammad will not be defeated. To the more evil, deceiving, tricking, making false promises, to the American so-called Negro only increases. America, divine chastisement, doom. America knows that her trouble lies in the mistreatment of the black man, the so-called Negro. But she is too wicked to give up tricking the Negro and deceiving him on false promises. She just cannot stop. The opportunity is to open, and she thinks that there is no one to hinder her. But God has chosen us to be his people, and he delights in fighting the enemy, according to the history of the former people. He delights himself by going forth against them when they extended the limit. So it is with America. There must be separate. America will not agree to see the Negro separate from her until she has suffered divine punishment, as Pharaoh suffered it. The same things the other evil nations suffered before them is now coming upon this people. She seeks to keep her slave robbed it of opportunity and wealth. She envies success coming to the American Negro free slave. She charged them high prices to keep them down. She deceived them through a few of what we call Uncle Toms in the political circle, class, and all professional classes. She offered them little favoritism to help her work against their own people, the black people. But they too would suffer along with the enemy of justice, of the poor, so-called Negro. They must be separate. Envy and hatred are going between the two people, regardless of their preaching of social integration. Truth must come. What is better than a program you find I have written you two blacks and whites cannot get along in peace, as you have never gotten along in peace? Do you know why white America does not like to talk with you about this separation? And why he calls separation under two people the wrong solution? For peace between the people, he knows that it's promised and that God will do it. Then why do they not agree with separating themselves from you and me and we from them? Why are the black man and white man all over the earth now in disagreement with each other to live in peace? Do you know why? Oh, foolish American so-called nigga, seek some of this earth that you can call your own and to live on in peace. Unite and ask the government for a portion of America. This is what we need, somewhere to live to ourselves. Let the white man live to himself. Two people are not brothers. They are aliens to each other. God did not make them brothers to each other. I ask you, my brothers and sisters, to learn this and learn it quickly. Fly to your life, to the refuge of Allah, and come follow me. America lands being divinely curtained. The Holy Quran, Surah 13:41. See they not that we are visiting this land, curtain it of its sides. And God hath pronounced a doom, and there is no repeller of his decree, and he is swift and call into account. Black man America, there is no one as blind as you are seeing what is going on against America. And I have warned you for nearly 40 years that Allah God and the person of Master Fala Muhammad, to whom praise are due forever, came to me and gave me the knowledge of the truth. And I've been preaching it to you continually. Now you see what is going on. As America has done, so now it's being done into her. America has surrounded the country, other people. She had blown the cities to pieces, and she had killed the inhabitants. Those who were left alive, she put to flight, running from shelter when destruction by America might. It is very sad and horrible to look at the things that America have done, which are now coming on this country. For many years, centuries of years, America have lived a luxurious, wicked life while hating her black slave and depriving them of justice, shooting them down on the streets, on the highways, in the woods and fields for nothing. She did it just because she felt that she has the advantage, and she wanted to kill black people as she was made to do. The Bible, Psalms, chapter 10, verse 8, he sat in the lurking places and the secret place. Do he murder the innocents? His eyes are set against the poor. Up into this very minute, she's seeking to destroy the black man in America, deprive him of freedom to do for self. America never desired departure of the black slave from his white slave master. America wished only to hold the black slave in order to continue to treat him with evil. See, Pharaoh hatred and injustice to Israel and Egypt. In time Moses served America as a warning, but she had fallen headlong into the destruction of Allah God. America runs to and fro, seeking a way out. But she does not try to justify her black slave for justice and equality amongst the nations of the earth. America made us into nothing. She used us to mock us before the nation of the earth. But a God with unlimited wisdom, knowledge, and power is now befriending the black slave, and he has chosen the black slave to be his people. But the foolish black people have yet to come into that knowledge that Allah, God, is their best friend, and that he is here to save them from destruction of a people who have shown evil and hatred to us all of our life. America divides us one against the other. The black man in America is so divided against each other. They seek all the time to do evil against each other. You cannot even befriend them lest they take advantage of it. See, they call you a fool for trying to befriend them, as it was with us by Midway Technical Schools. See, Midway Technical Schools came to us for help, and we gave them that help to keep them from falling. It cost us $30,000 to set them free of their back rents, other bills that they had. See, take a look at how they have turned on us for the purpose of wrecking all of their beautiful businesses set up for them and others to enjoy on the south side of Chicago, Illinois. The fall of America foretold separation is the answer. Holy Quran Surah 81, 6, 7, and 12. When the cities are set on fire, when men are united, and when hell is kindled. The folding up is the title taken from the first verse of that chapter in which the above verses are found. And when the sun is folded up, and see, when the sun is folded up, brothers, the sun will burst as though revelation will be revealed. That means all the ingredients that the sun will give all its radiation from the solar storm that will hit Earth, that will approach. See, when you see a coronal mass ejection, the Earth will going to burst because the sun's going to get all its ingredients, all this radiation, and it's going to burst when the sun gets that heat, that radiation, that protons that will throw high perplexity, high frequencies. The atmosphere going to change. So when the sun is folded up, the Holy Quran has prophesied the folding up of a record, a work of a record what people have done as the use will no longer be necessary. See, this chapter refers to what take place in his resurrection. See, one part is recorded as the beginning, while the other part is discontinued. We see this clearly being made manifest today. War caused destruction of civilization. War destroys the cities and towns of a nation. The chapter 81 of the Holy Quran is now being fulfilled. The sun and the stars, the mountains, camels, and wild animals all mentioned in the first 4 verses of this chapter, and not without. The coming of God refers to by the prophet is to unite a people who have been divided against self by the enemies. He chose these people for building a better world. The Bible revelation refers to destruction of a beast and his chief instructor, the dragon. The name beast given here is not referred to 4-foot animals, but to a people who rule is like that of a savage beast. The theologians, most of them from the time of Martin Luther, who I think was the author of these terms, we see beast, dragon, especially the late Pastor Russell and Judge Rutherford, founder of Jehovah's Witnesses, takes the term dragon to refer to the Pope Rome, the father of the Christian church and the Christian religion. This is the first time since we have been lost on this part of the earth. We want to unite the black nation of the earth into one under the guidance of God who is now present. Why should the master continue to deceive his slave? He teaches the slave that he is a free citizen with equality. Why do you, slave master, want to hold them for hostage prey? You do not need them. The machines do the labor that the slave used to do. Why not let them go? You want to go to war against Allah and the freedom that Allah came to do for you, slave, before you Pharaoh had that same idea. He did not want Israel to go free in the land to themselves. Pharaoh lost the war against Allah and was drowned in the Red Sea. So the loser of this war were land and lake of fire, not water. And white America wants to free her slaves, she can easily do so. This will be simpler and easier than what she is doing, killing, provoking them through police force, National Guards, and fighting the U.S. Army, as we see in Detroit, Michigan. American actions show us two things. Firstly, she wished to call fear amongst the so-called Negro with a display of many deadly weapons. Bala is removing the fear. Secondly, she fears to approach an armed slave unless she is armed. This has been historical relation between the white man and his slaves. The white man seeks the leaderships of the so-called Negro to help him keep the dissatisfied slave subject to him without complaint about injustice. The white man would say, "Nigger, you should be happy now. You are better off than me, your black kind, with a job." The white slave master brought our fathers here to do the slave work. Our free laborers have made the white slave master richer than their brethren, Europeans, through the offers any of this land that they took from the Indians. The 22 million so-called Negro should be seeking some of this earth on which to live and build an independent nation out of self. The white master only offers a job. Allah God has come, and the person of Master Fala Muhammad, to whom praise are due forever, to free us. The Negro slave must be free. This is the meaning of the resurrection. Allah God has said to the Honorable Elijah Muhammad that he intends to free the American so-called Negro at any price. So the resurrection means that we, as the black people, will rise from a mental death, from a physical, mental death. See? Meaning that you have to rise in a time. See, how many times you've been bitten by this snake? And take God to remove the stain that you've been bitten from the snake. That he have to move the venom from the time you've been bitten so many times. See, for 400 years, you slave masters have been killing the so-called Negro without receiving any resistance, regardless of his peaceful way with you. We the Muslims have tried to live in peace here in America. There's not a single instant in our 36 years of history we have ever made an aggressive move against you, but you have attacked us several times. And we have proved to the world that you are impossible to live with in peace. You have condemned it and killed the just and he who do not resist you. James 5:6. You have destroyed many towns, cities, and people, as you have divided the so-called Negro, one against the other. So Allah should divide you and your brethren. As you have done to others, so shall be done to you. The Bible. And when the cities are set on fire, this is a sign at the end of you as a power. Now, brothers and sisters, we cannot deny the fact that this Christian rest is responsible for this universal corruption in the land and sea, from the same corruption that their own hands have made will come their doom. See, the Christian preach that which they do not do and cannot do, such as love your neighbors. I have yet to meet one who loved his neighbor as did himself. Thou shalt not kill. I have yet to meet such a Christian. See, they even fight against each other, rob and kill each other, but yet represent themselves as world peacemakers with whom? See, the great deceivers of the world will reap what they have sown. Had they not corrupted many people and nation under disgust, a good, peaceful, loving Christians? See, the Christian West is full of the worst crimes, practicing evil to the fullest and seeking to practice them on other nations as well. See, the universal temporary ever parade before the world. They both have new girls and women. See, they are before your eyes in almost everything you see. Murdering, gambling, robbery, drunkenness, drug, adultery, lying. There's hardly an end to it. The lands and seas are filled with deadly weapons of wars. The islands of the seas are filled with corruptions. All the nation of earth. For they are proud and boastful, and are now hated and despised it, according to their wishes. The religion of Christianity is a curse to us, the black man, and is full of slavery teachings. They have poisoned the Bible with their adding to and taking from the truth. Now their doom is in sight. It is their own work. They command the sea with their powerful navies, parking them off the shore of the nations. They secure the air base on their soils to place their deadly bombs, carrying planes with an easy striking distance of those who fear to be the enemies. Now, is this not the easy way to make an enemy? Is this the act of a real Christian? The follower of Jesus, who they preached, came for the peace of mankind and to teach the seeking of the sword and the turning of the other cheek. See, where is a good Christian amongst this race? They love meddling in other people's affairs. See, they are never fight a war if it matters not with whom or where, but yet crying peace, peace, with every deadly weapons of war to provoke other nations to war. So not the God of peace and justice deal with you and your troublemaking as he did with those before you. I warn every one of you, my people, fly to God with me for refuge. As I warn you, the judgment of this world has arrived. Get out of the slave making Christianity into this right religion, Islam. To the house you are in shall surely fall and never rise again. You see this, the destruction and fall of America. See, the destruction and fall of the world that we have known is now without a doubt in process. See, when we refer to the world, we are referring to the world of the white man. You see, for the world of the black man have yet to come in. See, the world of the black man by divine guidance is now merging in on the old world of the white race. This makes the destruction and fall of the world of the white man. Here in America, we can see nothing but the fall of America. It is no secret. It is obvious to the eyes that are open. If we want to close our eyes and minds and claim that we do not see and understand, then we'll be falling ourselves. This refuse to see is foolhardily, regardless to how we may desire to see the old world stand. We do not have the power to starve off the destruction that cause the world of the white man to fall. Destruction and power that is bringing about the fall of the world of the white man is coming from Allah God. In the past history of the world of the white man, there was never a time of destruction of his world like the present time. It is useless for you to try to prevent this fall of the white man's world. See, there is no checking it. The white race has not tried to do the right thing, justice. Doing her justice would have checked her fall. The Bible, Jeremiah, but America was never willing, and even at this hour, she is not willing to do justice by those who she had mistreated. She had dealt injustice to her black woman slave for nearly 500 years that she had been in the rest of her hidden sphere. America have constantly burdened the poor black slave with every evil that she could imagine. Her evil scientists who have been in more and more evil practice have not been able to invent any more evil than that which they have already put out. Day and night, without a let up, the white man mistreat the poor black slave. And now since heaven and the God of peace, justice, freedom, equality have come to this black slave, the white man is trying to make everyone that recognizes the truth deviate from it. The white man says, do not accept it. He makes the black man a hypocrite against his own starvation. The white man dwells the one who hath not as yet accepted truth of their starvation. And he promised them that which he will never be able to fulfill. America is falling. She is now losing the power and authority that she was enjoying in foreign lands. Her fall is very visible. Wherever her authorities have been exercised, people are now crying out in one voice, leave us, American, go home to America. See, the citizens of other countries are telling the American citizens, leave us. See, America no longer have friends. So America and England deposited their little brother Israel on foreign soil. The Palestinians, which is Arab land. They deprived the Arabs of their own land and sent them to the exile. See, this injustice against the Arabs now causing America the power and authority that she once exercised in the East. She is on her way out of the Near East. See, this means bloodshed and plenty of it. In the Near East, there stand navies which are neither American nor British. They are there to drive America out. Skies over there are beginning to thicken with foraging planes, carrying deadly weapons, guns, bombs. They will not be satisfied as long as Israel is in Palestine. The boil have come to a bursting point. We are in a troubled world. We are in a world that is now erupting. A black man who was once a slave in America, yet you have a way of escape. The way out is now your own terms. It is on the condition that you submit to Allah, God, and come, follow me. This is the only way out. I'm the door. I have the keys to your starvation. Reject it and die. We are in a world that is falling. It will soon be going up in flame. In Germany, the Cold War between East and West will soon erupt into a hot war. It will never be settled in peace. East and West, Germany must and will fight it out with all the deadly weapons that the war scientists had planned and perfect for the final showdown. You do not have to worry too much about whether or not America come out of Asia. Certainly America is coming out of Asia. See, the odds are against her staying there. But I warn you, my black people, my black brothers and sisters here in America, that while she is on her way home, we the black people are standing in the crossfire. The only hope that we have is to fly to our refuge and allow God. Look at what is going on to the south of us. Look at the many hijacked stick-up planes. America's afraid to put a stop to the hijack, for she knows that she's going to run into more than she expects. Who will have thought that the big power of America will suffer such disgrace in this day and time? This is to teach you and me, black brothers, that the great power of America is becoming weak and she is falling. I said, black brothers, join to your own kind. Come follow me. For the world that you and I have known will soon be no more. The days of America downfall. We see God manifest this fall of America. We desire to make America fall as a warning to our brothers in Europe. We see white America and Germany, Allah has taught me, are the most wicked of the right ways. The wicked deeds that have been performed and are still being performed by white America upon the so-called Negro, the slave, are the worst in annal history. See, they have been clever enough in their wickedness to make the so-called Negro slave love them, though they are the open enemies and murderers. Allah and the person Master Fala Muhammad, to whom praise are due forever, now judges the American whites and is causing America fall and total destruction. Egypt under Pharaoh is an example, fulfilling the signs and other prophecies of the doom of his people as foretold by the prophet from Noah to Jesus. Moses and Jesus are the most outstanding prophets in history of the Caucasian race for the past 4,000 years. There are several others contemporaries, but you see Moses and Jesus are the major prophets of the right race history. The whole of the civilized world today, as prophesied in Isaiah, is against the white man of America. Allah hates the wicked American whites and threatens to remove them from the face of this earth. Since white America and the white race in general had deceived the entire world of black people and their brethren, brown, red, and yellow, Allah now is causing these people to wake up and see the white race as it really is. The created enemies of the darker people. As we see today, there is a general awakening of the darker people into the knowledge of self, the knowledge of their age-old 6,000-year enemy all over the earth. The American white race cannot sincerely give the so-called Negro, a slave, a square deal. She only desire to deceive them. You see, false equality. Today, America is trying against her will to give the so-called Negro civil rights, which is against their very nature and will of the white race. For the first time since the black man had been here, America falsely offered him social equality to certain parts of the country. This social equality consists mostly permitting the American black race to mix openly with the white man and his woman, the devil. The actual idea, however, is to grant the so-called Negro social equality amongst the lower class of whites. This is done so that the scriptures wherein they prophecy that the white man tempts, corrupts the so-called Negro with his woman might be fulfilled. God has taught me that the right race was grafted online, and being online, it is able to trap the black man and black women, getting them to do all evil known to the right race. Doom prophesies, one of the prophets of the Bible prophesies in regard to America, as the morning spread abroad upon the mountain, a great and strong people sat and battle away. Joel chapter 2, verse 2. This is the setting of nation for a showdown to determine who will live on earth. The survival is to build a nation of peace, to rule the people of earth forever under the guidance of Almighty God, Allah, with the nation setting forth for a final war at this time. God plead for his people, the inheritors of the earth, the so-called Negro. The so-called Negro is the prey of the white man of America, being held firmly in the white man's powers, along with 2 million Indians who must be redeemed at this time and will be if the so-called Negro turn to his Redeemer. The problem of American black man is his unwillingness to be separated from his 400-year-old enemy. The problem, therefore, is harder to solve, especially with the enemy trying to fascinate the Negro with his lower class girl and women, Arabian partly knew before the Negro in every public news, media, cheap daily newspapers and magazine, radio, TV, and the Negro is quick to intimidate. The problem between these two people is separation, the so-called Negro, so that they may be accepted and respected as equal or superior to other nations must be solved. This is God's promise to the so-called Negro, the lost, found members of the original black nation of the earth. The problem was made through the mouth of his prophets, the Bible and Quran, that he would separate us from our enemies, identify, and make us the master after this wicked race had been judged and destroyed for its own evil. But as I said, the solving of this problem, which means the redemption of a Negro, is hard to do since he loved his enemy. See this Bible, Deuteronomy 18:15, Psalms, Isaiah, Matthew 25:32, and Revelation chapter 14. We see the manifestation of Allah and judgment between the so-called Negro, enemy of God, and the nation of Islam will make the so-called Negro see and know his enemy himself, his people, his God, and his religion. We hear the statement of black educational, political, and Christian classes which express their love for the white man, publicly asking to be his brother, if not his brother-in-law. Now this class wants to make it clear to the world that they really love the white race and not the black race. This means they want to be right instead of black. The devil have made them hate black. They reject the thought of black ever being a ruler or equal with the rulers. They act boldly from inferiority, not only for themselves, but for their people. They want to assert themselves and their kind, especially the so-called American Negro, into the race of white people, without hating the black race. It is just the opposite with Allah, God, myself, and my followers. We want out completely. We want no claim to kinship with a people who by nature are not our kin. Read from Genesis to Revelation in the Bible and from Surah chapter 2 into Surah 114 of the Holy Quran. By no means are the so-called and white kins. We see God did not create them brothers, nor did he create them to ever become brothers. See, one is created enemy against the other, and since the righteous are more powerful than the wicked, Allah, the God of righteousness, set a time of reckoning for an enemy, the white man, or the righteous. Separation. We want separation. We want a home on this earth we can't call home. We want to go for self and lead enemy who have been sentenced to death by Almighty God, Allah, Revelation 20, 10, and 14. On the day he was created. See this subject in the Bible and Quran. No one, white, black, brown, yellow, red, can prove to me by any scriptures of Allah God, sent by one of the prophets of Allah God, that we should not be separate from the white race, and that we should believe and follow the religion dictated, shaped it, formed it by the white race, theotican. See, the coming of Allah and the judgment of this wicked world is made clear by the prophet saying of the prophet, the so-called reverends and a proud intellectual class are doomed to destruction with the enemy if they remain with him, instead of join in to Allah, who loved them and who would deliver them, the nation of Islam. So-called Negro masses must be warned of the great mistake they make in falling leaderships of those who love and befriend their murderers. This will not get them freedom or civil rights. America is falling. Her doom hath come, and none said the prophet shall help her in the days of her downfall. In the Bible, God plead with you to fly out of her. America seek refuge in him. Revelation 18 verse 4. Certainly would change your mind about fallen doomed people, people who hate you and your kind, who call one who teaches the truth about them a hater. They are the producer of hater of us. We are with God, the righteous. We see the days of trouble has come to America. The days of trouble have now come to us from Almighty God, Allah, God who is this real owner of the heaven and earth. You see, Allah, God created for himself a heaven, and then he let it out to a forger, right ways for them to enjoy themselves in it for a while. You see, today they have proved unworthy of such glorious creation. And now the God who is the owner of this heaven and earth is ready to take over and rule it for himself. See, never no more, and I mean never no more will the earth be let out to these non-owners. It's the great wisdom that been taught to us, led new creatures. Right ways try their knowledge of mastering that which they was not made to master, which we knew when we made them, that they would not be able to master the original creation for long. As long as we, the black people, are the planet, there is no new creatures that could be put in order for ruling, that which we already have, and we are in it. It is such a rise piece of work that had been done. The wisdom, knowledge, understanding of the original of the creation is just. There is no comparison today, my brothers and sisters, anywhere to make. See, there is no such thing that the originator can put the planet side out of the hole and let someone else take over. This race, the right race, had not been successful in ruling according to their will. And according to a real owner, you see, for the right race had to use the originator materials that himself has created. There is nothing of which this white man can call himself the creator. So therefore, since the white man continued to make this trouble today, which by nature he was made to do, we do not see any way out of trying to live with the white man in peace. Peace was never in their nature. The nature of the white man is ever causing unrest amongst himself and amongst us too. You see, the white man just cannot make peace for himself because of his nature. They, God had decided that we, the black people, cannot get along with the white man in peace, and the white man must be removed. The white race want to remove us, the black people, but in order for this white man to remove us, the black man, he will have to remove the whole entire heaven and make the heaven abode anything like life. And then from abode, we'll just have to start all over again and create life. For the life in the universe is life that we, the black people, have already established it. Therefore, to get away from our own life, which was created by the black man, so that a new life could come in, we will have to rid the space of life, which belonged to us, the black man. And when the space was rid of life that we, the black people, have created, another one will have to create life of its own making. We, the poor black people here in America, must be changed into a new and different people altogether. So Allah God, who came in the person of Master Fard Muhammad, to whom praise are due forever, taught me, but not a complete make of us. See, we will be renewed from what we are in now. And we call it a new thing. There will come a day when we, the black people, will have a complete new thing for man and earth and the heaven above us. But according to the scientists, God will cause this to go into a new thing, not a complete destruction of the old, where there is no root to grow something from. Not at this time. The thing that God would like to do now and will do is destroy the work of the devil. as the devil would like to destroy God's work, which God has created. And the devil cannot destroy God's creation, because the devil has no part in the creation of that first creation. And since the devil has no part in the first creation, this makes the devil unable to lay hold to the power that will destroy the first work of God. See, the main thing which I keep mentioning enough to make you discuss is something for the black man in America who has spent his life long and sleeping in ignorancy of the knowledge of that which he is in. But as soon as this black man can awaken to the knowledge of this that he is in, then he can lay hold to that which he did not have knowledge of, which is that the black man is the creator of this first creation. Allah God wants to put the black man back into power. The way the black man can be put back into power is Allah has to make this black man all over again to master power, after giving the black man the authorities. See, look at the poor, once peaceful black man in America. Look how he tried to reach for himself and is now making fast progress in that which God lead for him to understand. So the black man conversation has changed. The black man way of thinking has changed. His actual physical form has changed. It's a great thing that have come to the black man in America. The black man in America is getting happier and happier. It's not hard for this black man in America to get rich. Where he's getting rich from his own wisdom. See, no one have given him anything. As the Bible teacher of the son, no one gave into him, but he's getting rich so fast. God chose the son to become the head of the house that he has to stray away from. See, the future of the black man is so beautiful that we can hardly comprehend it. The biggest thing that stands before us is qualification and readiness. Let us get qualified to master the house that God has given to us before someone tries to rob us of that master in the house. If they rob us of the master in the house, I'm sorry for us. I said to you, black brothers and black sisters, do not be foolish. The kingdom of heaven will be given to you and to me. Have patience to receive it. But to get the house into our service is like a mother giving birth to a baby. The baby must mature in that which he's in, as the baby mature in the womb of the mother in order to be born. So the black man must mature to be born into a new world, that the black man must build himself up in these days. See, these are the days of destruction. With the end of the rule of the right race over the black people of the earth. You see, in sight, face to face, we have to deal with each other according to the actual facts which exist between the nation, black and white. See, with the nature and desire of the white race to continue their rule and suggestion of the darker people, even though the white man recognizes these facts, will continue to hold into his rule, his suggestion, his thinking of what he has inquired under such rule, that which is his, he cannot give up the prey, his concession, the merchandise which he has swallowed out from under the nose and eyes of the real owners, the black man. He is willing to shed the blood of his own people and adapt others to hold into that which he called his legal possession. The spirit rose, and the black man says no, that the continent and what is on and under its surface belongs to him and his people, the black nation. The spirit and knowledge is now not only confined to Africa and Asia, the black, brown, and yellow people, but it actually is now arising in American so-called Negro, a true lost and found brothers of the black man throughout the earth, whether it be Africa or Asia. He is the brothers of them all. It is the desire of the right race to continue to hold power and authorities over black Africa, whether it be elsewhere. They would just have to give it up. England, Germany, and Italy, and France, especially England and France, and skeleton Germany, seem to be diehards. The white man will be acting wisely If they will realize that one day, sooner or later, they must pack up and leave. Wherefore, I quote, the Bible prophesies concerning the separation of nation again today as it was before. Every man must go to his own. It's the clearest and most direct justice that God and man could agree upon. A white man cannot live in luxury unless he has this black man in his place of possession, a suggestion to his will. But as I repeatedly says in this paper and all of my writings, you cannot make God and his prophet liars, nor can we revert the time of the prediction in which these things will take place. So the time have come. This is nothing but justice, that we have possession of what is our own. The white man is conscious of the fact that he had deceived the black man of the knowledge of the black man and his possessions. But that particular authority was given divinely temporarily. But by that same divinity, now being taken from the white race. The white race is facing doom because she will not act according to justice and righteousness, which was not by nature put in her. But this is known, and the race is frightened today concerning her future that she has, as we see, my brothers and sisters, here in America. See, the white man recognizes coming doom, and many of them will rather die here than go elsewhere, outside of America, to try to defend what they call their own independent sovereignty. You see, some have poured gasoline over themselves and committed suicide by setting themselves on fire. This is very new and open act of a people who want every other people, black, brown, yellow, red, in order to fight their war and save their independence. And ruthless and brutal people like America, England, Germany should be ashamed in this modern time to look for these people when they have robbed, killed, murdered, brought under suggestion by force to think that today they shall be so soundly asleep that they ignore the time and authority that they can unite as the Europeans have been doing against black Africa, brown and yellow Asia. As the book says to this right race, as thou hast done, so shall it be done to you. You see, the white man must return to Europe, my brothers and sisters, and concentrate on that continent for his future, or else concentrate on his death instead of his life, for they can no longer rule the black man. See, the black man now knows where his home is. He's now rising up to take possession of that which is his. You see, Trump has never been a president that don't have a heart for the people. This is why America's falling. See, this is why God used Trump to be president, because he's going to be the fall of America. And he's willing to take you there right along. Because Trump don't have no future. What makes you think he have a future for you when they're on their way out? So you're going to see the full dose, and they're going to get every chastisement that they deserve. If it means fire, it means plenty. If it means more storms, it's going to be plenty. So we see Allah and the person of Master Fard Muhammad, to whom praise are due forever, for finding an officer to sit us in heaven at once our submission to him entirely. We fear the doom of America that is now cut into pieces. The prophecy teach us that her doom will come in one day. See, death, morning came in one day. One day means 1 year. Even after that, she should be burned with fire. Divine prophecy that America will suffer isolation from the nation of the earth. See, she's going to suffer from all the nation of earth. She's weakening as we speak. She's falling. She's unraveling. She's getting weak. And all the other nations are going to come. And she's going to be suffering through isolation from all of this nation of earth. See, the revelation of John of the Bible prophesies of America's doom. America is spoken of under the savage name of a beast now, and dragon who oppose the messenger of God, and all those who seeks to follow him. See, beast, dragon are the name used to represent America because of their nature and their characteristics. And these people, see, evil and hater of his black one slave. The beast, dragon, trolls woman seeking to destroy this messenger and his followers, the new convert. See, the messenger of God is referred to as a woman of a newborn baby, with a victorious beast-like enemy trolling her, the messenger of God, everywhere that he goes. The beast does this to prevent the messengers and his followers from making progress and making friends with his own black people, who will help the messengers to convert and unite his black people. Not only the United States of America, but the whole world of the black nation. To fly out of our enemies, who seeks to destroy and kill you and me night and day, does not just mean leaving America, but it means also to lead the ideologically all that America represents. And a nation, we see Europe and Asia stood afar, way off, for fear of a burning the USA, for fear of a divine pledge. To you, my black people, you see the end is now. Who said that you are going any place? Heaven and hell are both a condition of life. They are not places that will make hell for you. And God, in the person of Master Fard Muhammad, whom praise or do forever, makes heaven for you and me. See, the ultimate aim of this world should be known to everyone, especially the righteous. We are classified the righteous as being the people who belong to the right God, the God of righteousness, truth, freedom, justice, and equality of the nation of righteousness. Today, so-called American Negro must be resurrected and made to know, understand the faint of anyone who will follow or be deceived by the arch deceivers. The strongest and most powerful weapons the arch deceiver have at their disposal is to deceive the world of righteousness, the nation of Islam. They do not stop at the common Muslims, but also for the scholars and scientists of Islam, who should be aware of their trickery and deceits. We are in a world that is passing out of existence. She's putting up a fight war to try to destroy the nation of righteousness. Beware to try to oppose the success of Allah's truth, only hasten their doom or falsehood in his teachers. So the world of evil makes its first attack on the world of righteousness, thereby clearly showing herself as being the enemy of righteousness. When she thinks that she has built up a strong enough force to attack the righteous, she does so, which I have said before, hasten her own doom. Falsehood cannot be victorious over the truth. In the days of truth, the resurrection is a day of truth. The resurrection is a day of truth as a trumpet over falsehood. The arch deceivers force war against themselves. The ultimate aim is to do as the people always have done, to try to destroy the preachers of truth and those who believe and follow him. See, this was the aim of Cain when he slayed his brother Abel, and the aim of the dragon when he sought to destroy the woman, the messenger, as it is written, Revelation chapter 12, verse 4. The lost-found members of that nation should be taught to know the ultimate aim of this world. See, God has visited them, and I prepared a teacher and myself to teach them, thereby making it easy for them to understand, recognize this world and its secret ultimate aim. It is even given in the Bible in Revelation chapter 12, 9. There it speaks of the members belonging to the righteous nation and showed that through deceits, Satan caused them to become adversary against his truth, peace, justice, safety, security. One will only enjoy it if he was not only deceived it. Under deceits, we see this weak-minded, who have no understanding or knowledge of the arch deceivers. The devil, Satan, are made prey in the hands of the arch deceivers. It will bring about war as a showdown between the God of righteous and the God of unrighteous. The devil that already has begun. God must fulfill his promise to show himself as God over all power of heaven and earth, and man on earth, as it is written, we see. Thessalonians chapter 2:9 comes at the working of Satan. See, Satan had been given the power, knowledge, authority to deceive as many as he could before the appearance of God or the universal manifestation of the presence of God. He was given this power in the beginning according to chapter 2 and 7 of the Holy Quran, according to the Bible in Genesis 1:26, Revelation 6:4 and 8, Revelation 12:3 and 4. We have known all our life that the devil was a great deceiver, an enemy of God, and that he wished to be the victorious with his knowledge of superior art and deceiving the people of God. He desired to cast them down, disgrace them, and make them to accept his deceits before the very face of God in the general resurrection of the dead, so-called American Nickel. As I have repeatedly taught in my article, sermon, and lecture to my people, are spiritually dead. They have been touched and paralyzed to death by the arch deceivers through his missionary teachings, his literature, his personal conversation, and by accepting his advice. God has given to me a very strong and available truth that will defend, protect, and prevent you from falling victims to the arch deceiver. Read these and treasure them. They are your life. Ignore them. It is your death. Today, my brothers and sisters, we must not forget how we are warned by prophecy for 1,000 years and for 1,000 years. The end must come to his world. See, the ruler of this world must be removed, and the crown must be taken off and placed upon another head, and it will rule in justice and righteousness. The people of this world have now become so wicked and so fearful of the consequences of their own rule until the almost stopless vision is gone and the fearfulness have taken hold of the people. You see, today the heads is going to and fro to the nation of earth to find a way of peace between the heads of the nation. You see, a great time, a terrible time, a terrible time. The hearts of the people are beginning to weaken and to fail because of what is going on or what they see coming. America and the people have lived so rich and so joyfully in wickedness, murder, you see, robbery, hatred of one another, until they have hardened their hearts so much that they are made to think that they can make friends and live on with those upon whom they have no mercy. They crushed all weak nations of the earth with their power and brought them into the clutches of slavery and forced all nations to bow and push their borders around the earth as the kings did in their day and time. But in those days, the king boasts. See, let's think over it. See, England made that same boast. See, England used to boast that the sun did not set on her empire. See, take a look at England today. There is no British empire for the sun or moon to set on. This morning, we see May 30, 1972, the radio news announcer says that they found mines in the Chicago River. Just make it all together more frightening. If a mine should blow a ship up in the city limits, it will be dangerous to the life of the people. Just think over this. Chicago River runs through the downtown sections of Chicago, Illinois. No one wants to frighten the people more, but the frightening the people sometimes does good. See the great days we see, the terrible days. People are just being shot down on the streets, right in their homes or while walking the streets. They are blown down as though their life were nothing. The great days, terrible days. American people have been here, according to history, since a few years after Columbus, the explorer. Today, she conquered the Red Indians, the original owners of the land, whom she found here and took it for home for herself and kind. She continued conquering terror, conquering powers that going around the earth, affecting every civilized nation, submission to her will. She's successful in forcing other people to bow to her will, whether they like it or not. Now it is the hands of God which is after America to force her into submission, a hand from which we have no defense, as it is written and prophesied in the Bible under the name of Babylon. See Jeremiah 51:25, behold, I'm against you, O destroying mountain, said the Lord, which destroy all the earth. I will stretch out my hand upon you and roll you down from the rock, and will make you a burned mountain. Jeremiah 51:53 says, though Babylon shall mount up to heaven, and though she shall fortify the heights of her strength, yet from me shall spoils come into her, said the Lord. America is under a destruction similar to that of ancient Babylon. In the Bible, we see Jeremiah, Isaiah, and Revelation of John prophesies concerning her. Babylon they're mentioning is a future Babylon, and not Babylon of the past. America have enslaved all of the so-called Negro, and her evil mistreatment of them is similar to ancient Babylon enslavement and mistreatment of the Jews, according to the scripture. It took the hands of God to bring the kings of Babylon and his people into submission to the power of God. He brought the surrounding kings and their power against ancient Babylon and applying the heights of her glory, the handwriting on the wall, the casting her down, and his followers into the fiery furnace, making drunk the people of God with their strong wine and then mocking them. You see, so has America done to the so-called Negro. America makes him drunk with wine, whiskey, and beer, and then laugh at him. She put him to the fiery furnace, you see, burned him at the stake while sitting around with her family drinking intoxicating drink and laughing at the burning flesh of God's people. See, this is what Moloch did. Burned children. This is how they paid their homage, sacrificing babies, burning black children. See, there is no justice whatsoever, as Revelation gives it. She made all the world drink of the wine of her fornication. But end is coming to such evil doing. America live in peace, you see, so far as forging war is concerned. She had destroyed other people in their towns and cities. She had leveled them to the ground. She still prepared to do the same with her great stockpiles. She says she have enough bombs and destructive weapons to destroy all human beings on the face of the earth 3 times, and still has some left. Others she boasts, but Allah, God has said to me that he will destroy America and bring her to her knees and humiliation. The destruction sent to ancient Babylon, recorded in the Bible, is the answer to most of what he has said to me will come upon the now rich America. Rain, hail, snow, and earthquakes. These weapons all belong to God. America, how do you fight an army like this? The aforementioned weapons of Allah God cannot be ignored. The whole year had been a year therefore of Allah God pledging America. day and night, with storms, rain, flood, killing, and destroying properties. And now, the coming of winter, hail have been falling in some places the size of golf balls, baseballs, and footballs. The rain continued to fall in places, and a dreadful snow blizzard is now in the working. A cold wind is brewing in the north to come against America, as it is written, we see, and prophesies in Job 38, 22 and 23. Have you entered into the treasure of the snow, or have you seen the treasure of hell, which I have reserved against the time of trouble, against the days of battle and war? Earthquakes are now again to be recognized touching America lightly, but nevertheless they are here. With all of her wealth and preaching of Christianity, she had not been a good Christian herself, as Jeremiah said, arise, get you out into this wealthy nation that dwelt without care, said the Lord, which had neither gates nor bars, would dwell alone. This corresponds to America. She lives situated between the two greatest bodies of the water of the earth, the Atlantic and the Pacific. And she is very careless. She rejoices in her evil field as though she is self-protected from the divine hands of God. Jeremiah 50:31 prophesied, behold, I'm against you, most proud, said the Lord God of hosts, for your days is come. Time thou visit you. Allah God is visiting America with great destruction, which he has to pour upon this wicked of America. After the mistreatment of the so-called Negro for 400 years, she desired now to deceive them, to cause them to suffer with her, share her doom. Jeremiah 50 verse 6, my people have been lost sheep. The shepherd has caused them to go astray. The white and black preachers of Christianity have turned them away on the mountain. They have forgotten their resting place, their native people, and their country. You see, all that have found them have devoured them. And the adversaries said, we offend not, because they have sinned against the Lord, the habitation of justice, even the Lord, the hope of their fathers. Since the white men have made the so-called Negro as wicked as a person as himself, now these are the words that he speaks. They are just as evil as we. Therefore, Allah, God, is against them too. So-called Negro repeat the same, says the white man is no worse than the so-called Negro. The white man has opened all his doors of avenues of temptation to lure the Negro in for total destruction. Again, we have a warning to lead a people with whom God is angry, as the people of ancient Babylon was warned to do. My people, go out of the midst of her and deliver every man his soul from the furious anger of the Lord. All of the pledges, destruction, and judgment which Allah God used to destroy the wicked and disobedient from the time of Adam until this day will be brought upon America. Then she will be burned with fire. This is the time of trouble that shall bring America into insanity. The dreadful times of America, especially North America, have entered a time that was predicted by Moses and the prophet between him and Jesus in the 24th chapter of Matthew. Is a prophecy made by Jesus of the present time of America without mentioning her name. Referred to the country as the world because this part of the earth is referred to in many places by the prophet and by Jesus himself as a wilderness. The name America is not yet 500 years old, So the prophet referred to it as a wilderness and a prophecy. It's terrific. I use the word terrible because it's not a thing that can be just moving slowly, nor something that can be recognized so easily by the common people. It is clear to all who can see that America had reached the stage about which she always been warned. She always had wanted to keep it a secret because of her so-called Negro slave. She never desired for a slave to know too much of what was in store for her because of enslaving and mistreating her slave. She had reared them for the past 400 years, and she knows them. She knows how they think and how to react to her teachings. She knows the fear of her, and she knows the slave, but the slave do not know America, the slave master. The great, dreadful, and awful day's doom is now in the door and window of America. And of the church, we see the religion of America. As long as Christianity worked, America thought she was safe. Because today, it is one of the most deceiving and upright, misleading religions of the world. Allah God has taught me to have carefully examined everything in the religion of Christianity is designed to make slaves out of black people. If Christianity was a rat rag and wrung out, see today, every drop of right slavery for this black man. See, the world knows this now, but the spiritually blind, deaf, dumb American so called, to whom I'm calling and appealing to reason with them.